Okay, let's talk about heavy industry, cement, steel, chemical plants. Now, filtration might not sound like the most exciting topic in the world, but stick with me here, because the way a company thinks about filtration, well, it tells you almost everything you need to know about their entire strategy. And really, it all boils down to two completely different philosophies.
You see, for a lot of companies, it's pretty simple. A filter is just a component, another part, to be purchased. The decision lands on the purchasing department's desk, and their job is to find the lowest possible cost to get the job done. It's a basic, transactional kind of view.
But then you've got the leaders, right? The really high-performance plants. And for them, it's a totally different ballgame. They don't look at filtration as some disposable part. No way. They see it as a critical system, just as fundamental to their success as any other piece of core machinery.
So that's what we're diving into first, this idea of filtration as essential infrastructure. And the stakes here are incredibly high, because this one little mindset shift, it changes everything. It moves the entire conversation away from short-term cost and toward long-term operational stability.
I mean, think about it for a second. When your filtration system starts to struggle, it's not some small, isolated issue. Oh no, it's a domino effect that ripples through the entire plant. Suddenly, production slows down. Your maintenance crews are running around putting out fires. Your energy use goes through the roof, and before you know it, you're staring down some serious compliance risks. It literally touches every single part of the operation.
Okay, so if the risks are that high, why on earth do so many companies go for what we're calling the price-first approach? Well, it's the most common way to buy things for a reason. It looks great on paper, at least at the beginning.
And that's exactly where a company like Menardi Filters comes in. This quote from our source material just hits the nail on the head. Their entire strategy, their whole reason for being, is built on the idea of not playing that lowest price game. They're basically competing on a completely different field.
And why is that? Because they've seen it time and time again. When you focus only on that initial price tag, you're pretty much signing up for all of these predictable and way more expensive problems down the road. Any savings you thought you had are just wiped out by the cost of constant firefighting and sudden failures.
All right, so that's one way to do it. But what's the alternative? Well, that brings us to the complete opposite, the partnership strategy. This is a huge shift, moving away from a simple one-off transaction and toward a real, long-term working relationship that's all about performance, not just price.
And this is really the key takeaway here. The Menardi strategy isn't about just selling you a product. It's about delivering an outcome, a system that's stable, predictable, and totally dependable. And to do that, you need a much, much deeper level of engagement.
So, you might be wondering, what does this partnership actually look like in practice? Well, it breaks down into three pretty clear stages. First, they dig in to understand the whole picture of your operation. Then, they design a solution that's built for the messy, real-world conditions of your plant, not some perfect lab scenario. And here's the crucial part. The relationship doesn't just end once the check clears. They stay involved.
See, this is what that deeper engagement is all about. It's about showing up and asking the right questions, the kind of questions that get to the real root of the problem. They're not just there to take your order for part number 123, they're there to be a diagnostician for your entire system.
And this really gets to the heart of their whole philosophy. That constant, exhausting cycle of troubleshooting, that's a massive hidden cost. A stable system that just works the way it's supposed to, that delivers so much more value over its lifetime than a cheap part that's always causing headaches. It's not even close.
So at the end of the day, what does this all boil down to? It's about the value of reliability. What's the real tangible payoff for choosing this kind of partnership over just making a simple purchase?
And this chart, wow, it really lays it all out, doesn't it? It's a crystal clear look at the two paths you can take. Are you focused on a one-time transaction or a long-term relationship? Is your goal to find some upfront savings, or are you trying to build true system stability? You're either choosing the lowest initial cost, or you're valuing long-term performance. And the result is the difference between constant reactive troubleshooting and calm, proactive predictability.
So when we talk about the payoff, we're not just talking about a better filter. We're talking about something much more valuable. We're talking about fewer nasty surprises on the night shift. We're talking about a steadier operation that actually hits its targets. It's about having a system that does what it's supposed to do and having the confidence that you're always in compliance. Really, it's about peace of mind.
And that really leaves us with one final, pretty important question for you to think about. It's not about which filter is cheaper. The real question is,
What does your organization actually value? In an environment where every minute of uptime counts and safety is absolutely non-negotiable, what is that kind of reliability really worth to you?